mean kitchen? Do you mean like they need to take care of the house? Do they need to do all those jobs, like take care of the children and just do that?
Yes, my position is women should be prioritizing a family and children over a career and being a whore.
And being a whore. So
Yes.
you're saying all women are whore.
A significant amount, yes.
I mean, I don't know where you're getting that statistic from. But
It's funny because he already know what reaction he gonna get. Bro is a rage baiter. Myron had turned into the red pill Charlie Kirk. He done turned into the anti-Semitic Charlie Kirk. Bro finna start talking about usury and interest loans and interest rates. And by the way, this is not me making fun of Myron. I actually commend it. Bro got kicked off the platform, and there's one thing you can say about him. He is a content cow. Regardless of if you're on the right or the left, or you agree or you disagree with him, whatever it may be, the brother can meet everybody in the middle because he is a content cow. He got kicked off the platform, and he's still going. He has longevity, man. This takes, I'm telling you, it takes skill. I know y'all not content creators, so y'all might not understand, but it takes skill, man. It's hard to pivot like that.
A lot of
no,
women,
no.
a lot of women are pretty promiscuous. So,
And not men. The men right here, half of them are dogs.
well, the difference is
So
that
men are allowed to be dogs, but women can't be whore. Where's
Yeah.
the logic?
yeah, because men, right? We have to earn our value. Women don't. So a guy that has sex with a lot of women is doing something right. A woman that's having sex with a lot of dudes is doing something very wrong.
Lack of discipline.
We're not the same.
Very funny. That mindset
sorry,
is very
what is that?
funny. I think it's a funny mindset to have, honestly. Like, how I don't get that. If a woman wants to own a business,
If women,
Yeah, well, he's not saying it's morally right. He's just saying socially we see it differently because of the biological ramifications. When a woman is promiscuous, we don't know paternity of the child. And so that's something that's hardwired into us. Plus, women take on the inherent risk of pregnancy. So there's a biological difference with being promiscuous for women, too. And I don't think that he's saying it's morally right. I think that he's just saying, like, socially, we definitely see it different. And biologically, it definitely affects us differently.
women could do everything that a man can do, we wouldn't need to have lower standards for them when they join police forces or
half
the
of the men
military.
here lower their
or-
fucking standards. All they do is
or-
open doors.
Or we wouldn't have a female sports league versus a male sports league. The reality is that women can't do everything a man can do. That's actually
That's for sure. That male and female are not the
Yeah.
same. But we're talking not that. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about like how they're not the same in ways of like fucking women have to be in the kitchen. So
Well,
where-
you're missing the point that it doesn't just end at the biology. We not only are we different biologically, we're different in the way that we're wired and the way that we do things because our biology dictates our sexual strategy. So in other
what
words,
about-
so
sorry.
you understand this. Women look for quality. Men look for quantity. So a woman is looking for the best guy that she can get and get a long-term commitment from that man. A man is looking for attractive women and having as many of them as he can. So in other words, a man that's having sex with a lot of women has to bring value versus a woman that's having sex with a lot of dudes does not have to bring value.
But what about a woman who, for example, the husband leaves her for another girl who cheats on her,
Oh,
so she's alone with
man.
her?
Uh-oh, this is oddly
Well,
specific.
that's where women need to be intelligent,
Which is my
understand.
kind of situation. My father left me at
Okay.
the age of 3. My mum had to bring me up.
Okay,
with my
I'm gonna
brother
weigh in on
alone.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna weigh in this, and this is an unpopular take. If they were married, she definitely got some form of compensation. If this happened in America, I'm not sure where this happened overseas. And this is why marriage is important for women, especially before you have children. Because if you're married, at least you get some type of support from the guy that decides to leave you, at least here in America. I'm not sure how it works where she is. And it's going to be different than her situation specifically. But I'm talking about other situations that I've witnessed. This is like such a thing that you hear so commonly. But from my personal experience, I hardly ever see men just walk away from their families. Like, I hardly ever see men just go, I'm going to the store to get milk, and they never return again. Usually the scenario is a guy and a girl are just sleeping together casually, and then they do something that's permanent, and that is to have a kid. And then after a while, because they don't really like each other, they were just in lust. Now they did this thing. They tried to make it work because they got this baby together. But after a while, it just crumbles apart because you can't just have the mask on forever. So eventually you got to be yourself. So it crumbles apart. And then the women take the kids with them. And then they think, me and the kid's a package deal. So they start trying to push the dad away a little bit. But not only do they push the dad away, they like coach the kids to dislike the dad in some way. And they start filling them up with all kinds of weird stories. And it's like a little bit of resentment because you've had this baby. And you kind of resent that the guy has a little bit more freedom than you. And so you use the kid as like a weapon to strip the guy of his freedom in some way, just to kind of be a thorn in his ass to kind of bother him. That's usually what I see. I don't see dudes just walking away from their families. I usually see dudes walking away from bad relationships. And it's really because you're not supposed to have kids out of lust. You're supposed to have them out of love. And this is why historically we've always said that we should be married before we have children, because it's just been a better order that way.
How does that work?
So again,
Women
I don't know.
stepped into the fucking like the masculine era. Of course she did. She had.
And
to
by
do
the
it.
way, too, I'm sorry, that didn't relate to her story because they were married. But if this was in America, I'm sure she got some compensation for the divorce.
She had to do. She's women can do everything. They don't have to stay in the kitchen.
You're making the emotional argument right now. What I'm saying is,
It's not emotional. It's
I'm saying is that families operate optimally when there's a man and a woman. The woman takes care of the family. The man is the breadwinner because the
that's
woman has,
the
if she
old
has to
times.
raise.
We're in the new generation. If you don't get with the new generation, like it doesn't work.
Yeah, the new generation where it's like divorce is rampant. Nobody's having kids. Everybody's just at an office in a cubicle. Then they go home to the apartment that they only sleep in really because they always at work to afford it. Like that's the new the new wave.
Generation is cooked. Is what I'm trying to explain
Prostitution.
to you. Do you understand that? Like this because it's the new generation doesn't mean that it's good. That's precisely why marriage rates are low. This is why divorce rates are high. This is why more women are reporting unhappiness than ever before.
Yeah, 'cause the
Record
men are
amount of
fucking
women are
dogs.
using SSRIs and
Men
using
expect us just to
antidepressant
have
medication.
fat abs, to look good, to have big every night, to do this, to do that. Like that's what they expect. Like if
No, we just want you to be nice. I mean, exercising is cool. Like, try to keep yourself to a certain standard looks-wise, and it's also good for your health to be healthy and try to exercise. And we want you to be nice. That's pretty much it. Like, all that other stuff is stuff that you see dudes liking on Instagram. But those guys are guys that can't even access that. And if they could access that, they wouldn't want it. That's why all those women be single in the first place. Like, all these girls that get those likes on Instagram that these women look up to and think that that's what real men like, none of these women are ever married because the men who can actually get those women, they never find any suitable qualities, obviously, because they're hardly ever married. So striving to be like somebody who isn't even in the position that you want to be in if you're looking for a marriage doesn't even make sense. And so I can only imagine that that's the people that she's talking about, because you can have just a pretty face. You don't even have to have all three. You could just have a pretty face and just like keep yourself fit and just be nice. Like that, that's all you really need. And if you think you need anything outside of that, you're probably trying to appeal to women or compete with other women, because men don't care about your purses. Men don't care about the overly done nails and the eyeliner. You're doing that stuff to impress other women and to compete with other women because you feel like you need to do that to get male attention in competition with other women. But men don't care about that.
Okay.
I didn't expect you to get it because your reasoning is
I do
very
understand it. It's just that you don't understand is the problem. You're operating from a faulty premise that men and women are equal. I'm telling you that they're not. A man that's promiscuous is doing something right. A woman that's promiscuous is doing something wrong. We are not the same, okay? So since we are not the same, we're not the same standards, okay? This is why a woman can be 21 years old, be a bum, and still meet a millionaire, versus a man needs to have money and status and bring something to the table to be able to attract women. We are not the same.
You're
Women are born with
generalizing.
value.
You're
Men must create value.
You're
What?
generalizing. If I was a rich woman, which I'm actually working for that right now, like I would totally take in a man who doesn't have as much money. If I could provide,
Yeah. And even if you look at the statistics, when women make more money than men, the chances of them getting a divorce skyrockets. And you can look that up. I mean, I wish I was making that up, but it's a literal statistic.
believe me.
Well, here's the thing. You might take him in for a period of time, but you're not going to take him seriously or date him long term. Women are not good provisioners.
If he can take care of my children for me, I would do it.
Yeah, okay.
Whilst I'm at work.
Yeah, it's
that's just
possible,
gonna
not
happen.
probable.
Like most women do not want winners for their husband where he's a stay-at-home dad. Never works out. And again, this is what I'm trying to say when I say biology almost always overrides social norms. Like you're operating from this feminist egalitarian mindset of I could be a breadwinner and my man will take care of my kids. Realistically speaking, you're going to lose respect for him, you're going to lose attraction for him, and you're going to cheat on him. It's not going to work. It doesn't work when women behave like men or when men behave like women. We got to do it the other way. Put the women back in the kitchen, have them taking care of the families, the men being the breadwinner and the decider, and that's what women are attracted to. This is
At
how
the
it's
end of the
worked
day,
all...
it's a question of point of view at the end of the day. Like, you must have had some bad experiences in your life to have this opinion. Like,
No.
it's strange.
Okay.
No, it's definitely true. Women are definitely attracted to providers. Women fought hard for equality, and once they got the equality, they looked at the men who made the same money as them as beneath them. Women definitely look for men that can provide. It doesn't matter how much money a woman makes, and this is generally speaking, of course. It doesn't matter how much money a woman makes. She'll want her man to make more. Like, and I just think it's greed at that point. Like, men work for as a means to an end. Like, I do it to provide for my family. If a woman has enough money to provide for a family, I don't see why you would still need a man to make more than you to still be on the same team. And just because you make more money than a man doesn't mean he can't be a leader. Like, there are plenty of good leaders. There are plenty of good coaches that don't make as much as the athletes, but that don't mean the coaches ain't good leaders. You get what I'm saying? So dating a man that only makes more money than you when you already have an abundance of money just never made no sense to me. It's just like a greed thing, and it's obviously biologically hardwired in, or you would probably be able to avoid it, but it just seems to be very hard for us to avoid.
You do realize the society that we have now, right, was built upon the nuclear family. All
Yes,
the modern conventions
true.
that we have, all the industry that we made, it was made through the nuclear family. Now we're starting to go backwards because we've civilized the world so much where women think that they're equal to men.
Yeah, I agree. I hit a pothole and went to hell. And I think it's because all of our infrastructure was built years ago when we had strong families, and now we're just seeing it all crumble.
So we're going backwards. The society's actually getting worse
I
because we
agree with
civilized
that.
it so much thanks to feminism. That's what I'm trying to say. The society we have now was built upon the nuclear family.
But I just feel like it's just putting so much stress on men at the end of the day, because all these men are like, okay, now I have to be.
Because we're superior to you guys, so we can handle it. That's my point.
You can't. They all are literally making less money than I am today. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm just saying, like, a woman can make just as much money as men.
Sure.
What?
The poor men, stressed out, they have to pay for the dates, they have to pay for this, they have to pay for that. Poor men. They don't deserve that. Like,
You're okay.
Yeah, you can say that, but let's just be honest. Most women are still going to expect the man to pay. And if you don't pay, you're probably not going to go on a date number 2. Let's just be honest. That's the reality.
but
Well,
women
look,
aren't
you're
hookers
missing the point. Look, women can make their money. What I'm saying is that women make money. It's not the same as when a man makes money. When a man makes money, he says, okay, I could take care of a girl and a family. When a woman makes money, what does she say? I'm independent. Ask yourself, independent of whom? Independent of a man. When women make money, they look at it like, I don't need a man anymore. When a man makes money, it's like, okay, now a woman can need me. We are not the same when we make money. This is why nobody gives a about a woman's career or her income, because it doesn't benefit us. If you were the guy, let me give you an example so you really understand this concept. Let's say you got with a guy that spent a significant amount of time on his clothes, his fashion, dressing well, spent more time than you did, right?
Okay.
And he was more handsome and prettier than you.
Okay.
Wouldn't that annoy you a little bit after a while?
I mean, I want my man to look good.
Yeah. But I'm saying he's taking it to the next level. He's spending more time at the hair salon than you. He's spending more money on his clothes than you. He has
But
a
like,
bigger
if
shoe
we're going
collection.
out, he will share with me.
No, I'm asking you, would you be okay with him putting so much emphasis onto his looks?
No, I actually don't mind. Like, do what you want, bro.
Okay, the answer is a no, because the
There's
reason
no
why
right
is
or
because
wrong answer.
yeah, you don't want to answer because you know the answer. The answer is a no, and the
He
reason why is
answered
because
for
he's behaving like a woman, which is unattractive. When a woman chases her money and behaves
so
like
a
man,
man's a
it's
woman
not
when he
attractive.
cares about his clothes and his looks. That's what you're saying.
You weren't listening to what I was saying.
You just said if the man takes more care of himself,
Yes.
he's not.
He's really saying, are you attracted to men who do girly things?
Then we would be jealous and we would think he's feminine for doing that.
Yes, women are not attracted to feminine men.
I want my man to go to the hairdressers, to go to the nail salon. I want him to wear nice clothes. I want him to get a fucking pedicure. That's
Women don't like feminine men. See the OnlyFans?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm not doing anything. A whore is a girl who does
Oh,
things with guys.
no. Oh,
white.
Oh,
no.
he's on OnlyFans. This
Oh.
comedy.
Oh.
Hate on me, but actually, at the end of the day, at least I'm making
Oh.
great money.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine. But like I said before, you're not gonna want to take care of a man that can't make money.
I can take care of a man right now. And I
But will
take
you-
With whore money. You want a pimp. What kind of self-respecting man wants to pimp his wife out or his girlfriend out to the internet? You gon' get a job turkey. You gonna get a sucker. There's no man, no self-respecting man is gonna just sit. Okay, babe, go ahead and go to work while I just sit. No self-respecting man's gonna do that. You're gonna get a job turkey. He's gonna be a sucker. There's no way you're gonna get a decent dude.
care of them all day. They
And-
pay me.
And where are they? And here's the other thing too. I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm gonna be painfully honest with you. Sex workers can't demand monogamy or a higher status guy. Sorry.
It's a question of point of view again. Like, I feel like the OF something.
No
that,
guy that has a real reputation and gives a fuck about his name is gonna get with a girl that does OnlyFans. I'm sorry, it's
I
not gonna
agree.
happen.
wife
I
at the
agree.
end of the day. He wouldn't care.
I agree. Now everybody will look at like rappers, actors, and entertainers, but outside of that, when you look at professional fields like actual millionaires, like doctors, lawyers, guys, you know, even guys that have worked their way up in like some type of professional field where who you know matters. Nobody's gonna want to be known to be with the woman that does OnlyFans. Dudes that you work with can go look at your wife. You the boss, right? You own the thing, right? Because she probably gonna want to gotta make a little something. You own the thing, and everybody could just see your wife on OnlyFans. Come on now. There's no respected man who needs a network of people that depend on him is gonna want to take on that burden. But it may be rappers, actors, and entertainers, and I think that's who these women be trying to go for. Because no self-respecting dude is gonna be with a woman like that.
Yes. Notice how you said you can get any guy, but can you keep any guy? That's the point.
Well, I'm young and I'm literally learning life. I can't actually answer that with my own like life experience yet.
All right.
But
Let me be blunt about this.
Go ahead.
You're gonna have a very difficult time finding a guy that you're actually attracted by,
because I
that's
actually
higher
have a
status, that's gonna take you
personality.
seriously. Okay.
I have a great personality.
Again,
It's
let me
more.
finish what I'm saying. That's irrelevant. What I'm telling you is your work has disqualified you from a significant amount of men that are attractive, that are handsome, that have options. They're not going to get with a sex worker, so you're going to have to lower your standards.
I'm not a
get with a
sex
more
worker.
average guy. Yes, you are. By being on OnlyFans,
They're always so
you are a
surprised.
sex worker. By definition, you're a
It's
sex
like
worker.
it's crazy because there are women that are doing sex work that have been deluded by other women and pop culture into believing that they're not doing sex work. And I think somewhere back there they know, but they don't like to say it. So we have to say like OnlyFans model and adult actress and all these other Instagram models, even one to be honest. We have to use all these euphemisms because they're not proud of what they do and they just don't want to admit it. And I think somewhere deep down they kind of know, but it's like some of them have actually been deluded into doing it, assuming that society's going to accept it as, no, girl, you just do regular work. That's just sex work. It's just normal work. And they've pushed that for so long, but nobody's going to ever see it that way. And some of these people have just been hoodwinked.
Guys.
Show me your tits.
No.
You got bigger ones.
Yo.
Yeah, don't harass the girl now. You know.
Yeah, guys, relax, bro.
Yeah, you got to respect the hoes. You scaring? You come on now.
Look, it's very simple. You're going to have a hard time finding a guy that's going to take you seriously based on your work. Women that are sex workers
Do you have
struggle.
a wife? Do you have a girlfriend? That's what I thought. The fuck?
Slam
What does that
Like,
have to do with
dunk.
anything?
exactly. Like, it just means like you can't even get it yourself. So like you are telling me I can't. Like what's that? I don't get that.
Okay, who picks who gets sex, men or women?
Women can choose if they want to do it or not.
Yes, perfect.
So-
So would it be fair to say women control sex?
Yes.
Okay, who decides if a woman gets married?
Well, the man does it, but the girl says so
Okay.
she can say no. in a
No.
second.
The point I'm trying to make is that women control access to sex, men control access to relationships. So it's your job as the woman to get the guy to get down on one knee and marry you. So you sitting there saying, are you in a relationship? That has nothing to do with anything. That's like me asking you, are you having sex at all?
I just don't understand how you could say that just because I do OF, like people might think that like I can't get a man.
You're a sex worker.
Yeah,
which
you
means
can get a man for the night. Ain't no man, and even the self-respecting dude at a certain tier not even gonna do that, man. I'm not gonna lie. I guess some dudes, you know, if a woman look good, they'll just do anything for the night. But man, some dudes actually value that kind of stuff. I'm one of them kind of guys. If I know you do sex work, it's cooked. I don't even want that energy around me. Like, I think that character comes with a level of resentment towards men that makes them unpredictable. If you willing to sell yourself, you definitely willing to sell me out. You definitely willing to say that I did something or something where I'm cool. I like regular people. Like
You're not going to be able to attract and retain a higher status guy because your job is embarrassing to him.
But
Common
I'm not
sense.
gonna do it forever.
It doesn't matter. You're cooked.
it's on the internet forever.
Guys, I have a whole plan behind it. It's not just
And
OF.
that's
There's more
fine. You
to
can
it.
have your
I
plan.
can't speak on it.
You-
I've got a lot of going
You
on
can
right
have
now.
your plan, but what
Top
I'm telling
secret.
you
This
is,
plan behind it. It's
let's
not
say you
doing
leave.
it.
Let's say you stop OnlyFans and you get with a guy and he finds out that you did OnlyFans 5
He
years
doesn't
later.
find out, I'll
He's going to
tell
have
him.
serious concerns about taking you seriously.
tell
And the worst
him.
part about this is this just an expiration date on this job, and then you'll be 35 years old with no applicable skills to any real job. And with the AI, like there was a guy who was talking about, he was a hiring guy, right? Manager, hiring manager. I'm not sure. The guy who does the hiring. And then the Gen Z people asked him a question like, why are so many Gen Zs getting rejected when they're going for these jobs? He said, because we have AI like stuff now that can go through the internet and scan for your face. And it's very accurate. And if you do something online or you have a bad digital footprint, it'll be held against you. And so many of these types of women, they're not going to have any applicable job skills. And if you're the type of person that's so impulsive that you're going to start an OnlyFans to get money, that's not the same mentality that you need to have a portfolio. So I guarantee you she's not investing. She's just spending the money on high lifestyle items and luxury items and all these other things, but tricking off the money.
I pick.
Hold on, let me ask you this. Hold on. Why won't you tell him?
Why would I tell him?
No, why won't you tell him?
Why won't I tell him? I just told you I would tell him.
No, you just said you won't. You just said you won't ask. You won't tell him.
I just said I would tell him.
No, you said you won't tell him.
I think she said she would, didn't she?
But I just said I would tell him.
Oh, now you're saying you would.
We're
Okay.
not fucking. I just said that. I just said that. I just said I would tell him, and he would be okay with that because he would love me for me, not for anything else I do. Well, I don't know. I just don't really agree.
Look, you're just delusional. I'm sorry. Women that do sex work get disqualified by a majority of men that
He's
have
just
any
gonna
type
love
of real
me
sex.
for me.
That's why there are so many in this world.
What?
There are so many men in this world. If a few disqualify, that's fine. I wouldn't want them anyways.
Yeah, there's a lot of men, but women only want a small percentage of them, which is precisely my point.
Not particularly. I don't want a small percentage of men. Like, there are some who would
Do you have high standards?
Not particularly, no. I don't even care if he looks great or what. I don't care.
So you'll take anything?
Pardon?
You'll take anything then?
I don't take anything.
No, I said you'll take any guy, or do you have high standards?
I don't have high standards. I just know what I like, and when I see it and when we get on, like, I'm not going to look at a guy and be like, oh, you're disqualified. No, I'll look at him, we'll talk, we'll chat, and then I'll know. I don't even know. I don't know money. I'm just living my own life, making money as I'm doing it. Like, I'm only literally 18.
Oh
I'm
my
18.
gosh.
Cook.
She's a fetus. She's a newborn baby. She didn't even give life a chance and you already started doing only. That's crazy, bro. That's insane. Bro said cooked.
Okay.
All right.
Well, anyways, it's okay, whatever. But thank you.
Yep.
Golly, give life a chance first.